Shaddis mother. Shaddis mother.
Shaddis.
Mother. Shaddis mother. Shaddis mother. Let go, let go. All right. Well, all right. Well, all right. Hey, hey, hey. One time for your mind, two times for your drink, baby. It is Tuesday. Nightcap Knowledge. We put something on your head before you go to bed. It's DJ George Chuck checking in. We've got Tanya Boyd Cannon. We got Mr. Mack, and we have a great show lined up for you tonight. As always, per usual, baby. It's Nightcap Knowledge. Every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Send this to somebody that needs to hear some of this good stuff that we be talking about. Just trying to tell you, man, we got the good stuff. It's Nightcap Knowledge. We got to give a shout out to the official water of Nightcap Knowledge. It's Aspira Pura, refreshing taste, keeping it simple, available at Amazon.com. And just for the record, it's black on water. You heard it right. We got that water. Water. One time for the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Begin your career in healthcare today. You can check them out at mshscschool.com. They're getting people trained. They're getting people jobs. If you need this, you know where to go. It's Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. You know you're ready to have that Better Me in 23 with the EPS Institute for Health and Fam Bam Fitness. It's Better Me in 23 Challenge. You can sign up. See the Calendly link. It's right there. We'll put it in the comments. We're going to keep it moving, baby. We got a great show lined up. We have Realtor Rishawn Perkins, licensed Louisiana Realtor. We're talking real estate, getting real with real estate, baby. It's Nightcap Knowledge. Let's go.
Oh, yeah. What is that? What? What's up, nephew?
All right.
Let's go. I don't know what that was.
Hey, man. Hey, yeah. I know some people. And I can't say his name. He my frat brother. He had some indiscretions, but one of the all time greatest intros in Everdom.
In Everton.
In Everdom.
Okay.
Y'all remember the intro? It wasn't the OG
Mm-hmm.
the OG Cosby Show intro, but it was like the one that was in the middle, and where they would be dancing and man, Rudy be doing all, you know what I'm saying, and all of that. That was like my favorite intro, and I just felt that family vibe because we've been
you
dancing.
talking about the one where they dressed up with the saxophone playing?
Yeah.
Everybody get it.
Yeah. So look, this is Nightcap Knowledge. My name is DJ George Chuck. That's Tanya Boy Cannon, and then we got my boy Mac. Mac, I almost punched you, boy. Look at you looking like you're looking.
Wait. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no, he's supposed to go the other way.
No, on my screen, he punched right.
No, right. You supposed to go right. Wait, he said he punched right. He's supposed to go right.
So look, I have a surprise. I have a surprise for my co-host.
Surprise.
Yes, I have a surprise for you guys. So listen at this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Tanya and Mac and everybody tuned in. Guess where we're also live?
Where?
We're also live on Black with No Chaser Radio right now.
Woo! Hey, big move.
Major.
Yeah, man.
I can't even get to
Yeah, man. Hey, we are live right now. Also on Black with No Chaser Radio. If you don't have the Black with No Chaser Radio app, you can go to the app store. You can grab that. And of course, we always got the Tanya Boy Cannon in rotation there, along with a lot of other amazing artists that you might not hear on your regular radio station because they're just not as cool as us. So at the end of the day, Mac, give them the disclaimer.
This show is rated Black and uncensored. Real talk, real issues, and real solutions. We're going to tell it like it T.I. is. Hey, it might not always be politically correct. Might not be the show for you. Hey, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I'm going to hit him with the M. We hit him with the M.
On that yak and rum. We on that yak and rum tonight. I got that 1738. She got that. TBC got that rum.
That Santiago 8 years.
Hey, I'm channeling my inner outcast tonight.
Oh man, he got some of that. He got some of the classic man right here.
Listen,
and the inner outcast, boy.
Look, I'm channeling Celia Cruz to the ancestor Tito Puentes. So I'm back in Cuba.
And look, we shout out to Jorge J King Media in the building. Our Spanish speaking brother, he is down here.
Buenas noches, mi familia, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Bien, muy bien. De pendejo, cabrón. No, I'm just like,
cabrón. Hey, good. How you feel? Goddamn. I wouldn't.
Mucho gusto.
Hey, in the words of Red Fox.
Bees and disease to you too.
Beans and disease to you too.
Well, shout out to everybody that's checking in. We appreciate y'all checking in. Every comment, every share, every subscription. We appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the Nightcap Knowledge YouTube. We're always live there, and we're going to start dropping more content. Tanya, you got some assignments I've been working on. I've been in the lab. Oh, hey, Jackson.
Hi, my boo. First we have McRae. Now we have Jackson.
Got that action.
Wait, really quick. Jackson, what did you learn today? Tell me one thing you learned.
What one thing that you learned in school today?
Go.
Paint and...
This boy smells so good. He smells like he had a bath.
Boy, you cleaned out your arms.
Boy, smell like some Bath Body Works.
You're cleaning your back body.
All right, so what'd you learn? You painted and what? What else? Okay.
I love you.
The Lorax.
The Lorax.
Lorax.
Nice.
I love the Lorax.
All right. Good night. Love you.
Love you, Jackson. Good night.
Hey,
all right.
That was hey Tanya. That's the one that'll hang out right there. You gonna have to put Jackson.
Listen. When he
You
was
got to
younger,
put Jackson out.
look, he always would say "daddy" when he was younger. So daddy, so the vocal pitch has shifted, you know. So it's now like dad.
He got the rasp.
I love that rasp, like
Rasp.
Jack's the rasp. Jack's the rasp.
About
so yeah,
action.
Action,
Yep. So look, Matt, go ahead and give us your mental health minute because we've been talking smack for about 10 minutes already. We having fun.
We're gonna go back to our older but goodie, and Chuck has a poem that goes with this. We're gonna talk about perseverance, right? And perseverance is saying that a lot of times we get tired. We always seem like our obstacle is bigger than us and stronger than us, but we are stronger than we know. We are definitely bigger than the things that are trying to hinder us. So perseverance, don't give up. We always quote, your head may be bloody, but never will it be bowed. So that you don't give up, drop your head. Now, a lot of time things in society, especially, look like that nothing is going right. So instead of allowing those things to manifest, look at the things that are going good for you. Use that as motivation. You are here. You are alive. You have full function of your limbs. You have breath in your body. You have sound mind. That means that you still have hope, and then you can put together a plan, and you do not give up. So don't give up. Continue to work hard. Continue to strive, and understand that perseverance is the key. So just keep going, and then we know that one day you're gonna get cross. I was about to say get cross those sands, but you're gonna get cross that obstacles in life, and to get to the land where you're trying to make it. So definitely continue to go hard, continue to fight, and don't give up.
Eyes front, eyes finish. That's my poem right there, boy. See it through. Like, you can't quit. You came too far to quit.
Yep.
God ain't bring you this far to leave you.
Yeah.
Come on, somebody. Come on.
Yeah. I hear you, Pastor. Come on, Pastor.
Come on. God ain't bring you this far to leave you, man. Like, what are you saying?
You tell him about it, Chuck.
You ain't gotta.
We gotta get it.
I don't believe he brought me this far to leave me. Yeah.
I don't feel no waste time. Come too far from where I started from. Oh no. Nobody told me that the road would be easy. And I don't believe
Come on now.
you brought me this far to leave me.
Ooh, yeah.
Come on. Tell us what the music and entertainment check-in is. Man, music and entertainment check-in. We have already started kicking off we just finished Mardi Gras season. I'm taking y'all back. But we kicked off festival season here in New Orleans, along with finishing up second line season. But so much is happening around the world. Different festivals are out. Go out and support your local artists, whether you are in Timbuktu. Support those local artists from Timbuktu. To the artists who are out there still pushing, keep on pushing, baby. Trust me, your time is already here. I literally had a conversation with my marketing team tonight, and I want to share. Don't forget where you're coming from. I noticed that through my marketing campaign that they sent me out, I was reading through some things, and I noticed I didn't see anything from Mississippi. Couldn't blame them. I had to take accountability and recognize myself while meditating. I literally had a moment like the red clay. So my soul was birthed, from that red clay. And I can't forget where I started. Go back to that song, right? In an effort to know where I'm going. So to my artists, to my musicians, to whether you're doing dancing, painting. Oh, it's on that side, huh? Painting. Keep pushing, keep persevering. This artwork was done by students probably 8-9 years ago, and they're now professional artists. And then this black and white piece over here, that piece is here because I'm rearranging all of my artwork in my home. But that black and white piece really spoke to me because I noticed today at school, my students were looking at abstract art, right? And when we look at abstract art, we see different images. However,
they were using the word. One portrait had black and white, and the professional was saying, what do you think this black and white? Why there's no color? And one student says, well, there is color. You just don't see it.
Oh.
Yeah.
The combination of all that color.
Yeah. So it made me remember how proud I am to be this beautiful black strong woman that I am.
Yeah.
And from whence I've come and where I'm going, so many other colors have been able to shine and paint their beautiful lives and images and their artistry around the world. So yeah, don't let one color fool you. Continue to use all the colors in the crayon box, but remember from which you've come. So your audience will continue to celebrate all of you.
Outstanding. I absolutely love it. I love it. We appreciate our sister Tanya Boy Cannon for that music and entertainment check-in. Now, look, you got to make sure that you post your schedule for this festival season. The schedule.
My schedule.
Yeah.
Listen.
You got to make sure you post the schedule for the entertainment and the festival season. Yeah,
my schedule is going to be up starting next week. I never can do a British accent. Me go straight to Jamaica. Me come back from Jamaica. Me don't do me British. Me don't have it.
No, you ain't got that goddamn. You know what I'm talking about.
Me don't.
I got that mobile for your ass though. You know.
Listen. Every now and then you'll get that twang, that Mississippi twang coming out. But somebody told me, they always say, "Girl, I never knew you was from Mississippi because you so New Orleans." I'm like, listen. Hey. I know from whence I've come, but that 9 ward, that CTC all day, but don't play with that 601 either, because Wabash Street, Cromwell Street is real within this bloodline.
Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you, I've been listening to a lot of Outkast today.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
I've been on that Marquise Hill. Y'all got to get on him.
Marquise Hill?
Ooh, you got Marquise Hill is a dope brother, educator, musician. This dude, y'all check out Soul Sign. Soul, like my soul, signs. Soul Sign is all zodiac signs to a soundtrack.
Oh, you did tell me about him.
Yes. Everybody, listen, y'all need to go download that right now. Marquise Hill is a genius. That brother is a genius. Like my students, if you follow me on social media, I post one of my students today painting to him. She actually repainted his album cover without looking at it because I put the music. Yeah.
Look at your boy, Keno checking in from Shady Oaks. One of
the What's up, boo?
Ever in life.
That boy good. That's my buddy right there. That's my love. That's my little petty buddy.
Yeah. Oh, he's very that.
King of petty.
The king of petty.
Well, here's a petication.
The petication. Oh look.
Y'all are on one tonight. I can tell y'all, God damn it, they can't hit you as Big said, they can't hit you in the ass with a shiny red apple. Y'all on it tonight.
Listen, I miss y'all, man. Look, I need this. There's so much going on. I need this. I don't think y'all understand how much I need to see y'all and feel the energy from everybody.
And look, the energy is in here tonight. The energy.
Ooh, what? Let's go. What's the groove?
Look, man. So I told you, I mentioned earlier what the groove is that I've been on. So we have our cotillion botillion. For those of us that are familiar with this, we know what a cotillion is. But just for anybody that might not, I'm gonna just say, all right, look, cotillion, you have debutantes, botillion, you have bows, and we have a group of young people that we've been working with, Shallon and I, since September, October, and we're coming up to the culmination. So we've got our creme de la coast cotillion botillion scholarship ball. We're unmasking the future. So tonight, we're on our usual schedule. Every Tuesday we be coming in hot. Like, boys, y'all got to get in the bathtub. Y'all got to make sure that while you're in the bathtub, we getting dinner ready and everything. But tonight we had that moment where in this particular season, we take the photos of our young people that are being presented to their community. And we ask them, over these past 6 to 8 months, where are you going? What are you doing next? Then we start to get to know their escorts. Where are you going? What are you doing next? And we have some of them that have had moments of perseverance because they were unable to maybe attend because they're playing in the playoffs, trying to get to the championships, or they have band performances. So it's like you see the efforts that you're putting in, but do you really feel as if they're making a difference? My wife and I were at a point and we were saying, we just don't know. Like, this might be the last year for this. And lo and behold, that's some country shit right there. Lo and behold, a parent text us and say, I really appreciate what y'all doing with my kids. I really appreciate how much y'all are exposing them to this particular activity, the types of lessons that y'all are teaching that we've been attempting to teach as parents. Y'all are reinforcing it, and I feel like some of it's actually hitting home. And then that was the motivation that we needed to keep going. So we know that, our well-doing is not in vain. We know that what we're doing has impact, not only with the scholarship that the young people are able to fundraise on their own as a result of their relationship with this event, but the lessons that we might have gotten from our parents, our grandparents, our great-grandparents, the lessons that we're trying to teach our boys, we're passing those on through Creme de la Coast, Unmasking the Future. And that's been the groove with DJ George Chuck. So if you got a high school senior or junior and they're on the Mississippi Gulf Coast and they would like to participate in something like this, you can find Creme de la Coast on Facebook. It's Creme spelled with a K and Coast spelled with a Q because it's presented by the ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha and the men of Omega Psi Phi. It's April 1st right here on the Mississippi Gulf Coast in Biloxi, Mississippi. So great event. This is our second time doing it, and we're getting started post-COVID or the rise of COVID, and we're kind of like in the middle of COVID or whatever, however you want to describe it. But it's an awesome event. These young people, they walk away with scholarship money that they're able to navigate their first year of matriculation through college, and they got money in their pocket because we put some in their hand. You know what I'm talking about, DJ George Chuck. That's the groove.
Got to take care of the future.
Got to. You got to unmask them jokers, show them who they are so that they can see themselves. And then they carry the torch. And we keep moving and moving.
Real quick, Chuck, like sponsorship, how do people participate and donate if they want to be a part of this change element?
So we actually have been selling ads, or the young people have been selling ads. We have an online ticket portal. And of course, our online ticket portal is a Black-owned business. It's called Impact Tickets. So I can drop the link to the ticket portal, which also has some links where you can donate to the chapter, or you can just inbox me, and then we can talk about what type of sponsorship level that you might be interested in. And it's an awesome event. The money's gonna go to the young people and their scholarships, and it's beautiful. If you want to check out some of the photos and the videos that we've had from the previous year, you can see these young people at their best, looking their best, being presented to their family and their community as debutantes and as beaux, and it is absolutely the cream of the crop.
That's beautiful.
One more question. What kind of music do you have? Is it going to be DJ or live music?
So you know that I am a DJ. We will have a DJ at this event, but we will not be playing the types of music that we would play at our typical wedding reception or anything like that. It's going to be truly a soulful event. It won't be the turn up.
I used to pray for time like okay, my bad.
That might be the intro.
Hold up, wait a minute. Yeah.
No, we ain't gonna do that. We're gonna be dancing to Luther and Footprints in the Sand.
Come on. That's why these children coming up.
So,
yes, sir.
So let's work on next year that we come up with a donation between our groups that we get them children some live music.
Yeah.
Let them hear some live music.
Here we go.
Entertainment.
Here we
instruments.
Go. Let's do a talent show on the coast.
Let's make it happen.
Okay.
And the winners perform at the Creme de la Coast.
Okay. I'm with it. I got to go through the protocols between the two chapters and the coordinating committee, of course, because, in decency and in order.
Yeah. All it takes is a Zeta and a Sigma.
All of us get tired of hearing with protocol being established.
I'm about to put
She almost picked that out.
No, don't do me that. I've already done it 4 times. I put myself out. Don't do me that.
All right, I think your guess is it, Tanya.
Let's go. All right, so on the Ferrilla though, y'all. On the Ferrilla, we've had fun tonight. I know everyone, we go through different things. My prayers and thoughts really, I have to say this with Robert Bob Tucker, a pillar in the community, the nation, made sure all of the mayors in New Orleans had what they needed. And he, from Moon Landrew on out, he's been a pillar. So I met him for a short time. He impacted my life in the most profound way. And I just want to send my thoughts and prayers to his family. Yeah. And to bring our guest in, I thought about what he did with me. He would give me these thought conditioner books. Like he would say, go back and read it. When I was preparing for graduate school, he said, Tulane needs you. He says the foundation that you have is something about, and when I tell you, every time he was short of words, but he was powerful. And I say that to say, all of us have come up in some kind of foundation. Now that we are adults, we're moving forward. It's time to build your own foundation. Yeah. And that's how I want to bring Rishawn in, because Rishawn is going to help you do that with real estate, owning your own, having your own home, and creating what you need for your community so you can continue as Baba Ancestor Bob did, leaving a huge offering for the community. So Rishawn, come on in so we could talk about how. Oh, and I need that Grimaldi. I need to tell her I need my Grimaldi. That's a New Orleans own designer.
Definitely repping tonight.
So sure. tell Grimaldi, text her, tell her I need my Grimaldi. I want mine in royal blue and white.
Okay, and she's doing some colors too. She's changing some things up, so she got some spring things happening.
Listen. I just learned of that sister this past weekend. But anywho, it's about you, sis. Rishawn Perkins. We met at Baldwin Bookstore, and lo and behold, you and Angela have worked together. I'm my high school classmate. But you that day I told you about the show, and you was like, "Look, bring me on so I can give knowledge and opportunities and whatever other resources I can to help my people gain their own." And here you are, Rishawn Perkins, simplifying home buying. How are you, sis?
I'm doing amazing. Look, I'm laughing because y'all cutting up now. I'm backstage, but I'm just joked out at the fact that I'm loving the vibe. But I'm doing excellent.
Yes. Every week we cut up.
Every week. Listen, every week. DJ George Chuck, Mr. Mac, we cut up every week. So tune in every week. Tell your people. Yeah, Mac chilling. He chilling.
You got company.
Yeah. But Rishawn, tell us about your entry into the real estate world. What made you walk into this field, and how has it impacted your life?
Well, thank you so much. I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me. And Tanya, I'm glad that, you're true to your word, making sure that we stay connected, reaching out, and so that I can make it here, because I have this calling in my purpose, and I'm realizing it is to educate and to share. But my journey started really in medical. I was a traveling MA, and then I got into a process with my friend who was home buying. And as I'm realizing all of the steps that it takes, I'm like, wait, hold up. I don't come from a family of home buyers. So it's not that it's foreign, but it's not as common. So I ended up learning the process through that. And I'm like, well, man, I'm still in school. Let me see if I can actually, go through with this and get my license. So I did what I had to do. I studied and I got my license in 3 months. Life started lifing, and things didn't go as planned in the very beginning. But I was determined, because though I knew life was going on and I was having some difficulties, I knew the power of it as I was learning it, because the lessons that I was learning about real estate, I was able to use those disciplines in different categories of my life. So a lot of the things that I was learning, I realized I started making personal changes, all from the growth of just the knowledge of real estate. So once I committed myself to that, got my license, I've just been going strong ever since. And just as the time has been going with the pandemic and watching so many things change for people's households, I'm realizing how vital it is to share the knowledge and to educate. So I'm realizing, as far as helping with the transaction, the most important is to get the word out and educate the people on the process. And that's where I'm at with it right now.
That's your testimony. You know, you're going
Mm-hmm.
from one field into an area where you see the education of home buying is lacking. And so your field, you walked in as now an educator in the field of understanding real estate. If you could talk really quick, a share, what percentage, if you just had to based on what you've learned so far, what percentage of homes are owned by Black families versus other families? And after seeing those numbers, how has that motivated you to push more?
Well, we are at the very bottom, to say the least. And I understand, because I am a product of the lack of knowledge when it comes to financial discipline or financial literacy. It's just it's a steady thing in our community where you can see the suffrage when you look at the overall numbers and see who owns real estate and who does not, basically. So we are definitely at the bottom, and I do want to bridge the gap and help change that with sharing information with the community. But yeah, it's us.
Awesome. And Chuck and Mac, feel free to jump in, because y'all know when I get excited about home buying, because I bought my first house at 21, and I bought my second at 26, and my third, like, I just saw opportunities, and I'm like, I'm just gonna purchase homes. What would you say to that future home buyer, someone who's our nightcappers who are tuning in tonight? And are you certified only in Louisiana or Mississippi? What other states are you licensed in?
I am certified only in Louisiana, but in the pool of real estate agents, I'm able to help. If someone wants to go a bit further, I can help link them to someone, but I am only licensed in the state of Louisiana.
Okay. And what programs, if you want to share, for students, first-time home buyers, what programs are out there now that we have access to?
Okay, so in the beginning of each year, it's like a brand new wash of programs that become available. There's a lot of information when it comes to being able to use your student loan credit history as a portion to apply for housing or to apply for a mortgage to buy your own home. So there's a lot of information there that's not known to us in our community, or to given to us in college, to realize that we can use those tax documents and the proof of getting loans from school as a portion to help us with a mortgage or qualify for a mortgage.
So let me jump in here at that point. So we're using our history of having had a student loan, and typically that's something that kind of counts against us in our like debt to income ratio. How does one navigate that? Like, you've got student loans and your income may not be where you need it to be. How do we navigate all of that, with the landscape as it is?
Well, you definitely want to reach out to a licensed real estate professional, and they can take you through knowing how much of your student loan history, and also in conjoint with if you're actually working, or how to pull together the job that you may have to add it all up to where if you have a steady income coming in, not only with just your real estate, with your student loans and you're working too, that also can be used to help get you qualified for a loan.
Okay.
What are some other criteria that people need to know that they need to qualify for a loan?
Well,
like, credit score, history, those things.
Okay. So basically, I was coming to put it on their mind before they went to bed was just the steps, and it wasn't in-depth steps about exactly the process once you get into the meat and potatoes.
I'm sorry. That's an L. That's an L.
L.
Look, she said they're gonna put it on your head before they go to bed, baby. It's not.
Yes, I definitely came to put it on their head, and it's not to be drawn out and confuse them or make it all just in particular guidelines, because everyone's situation is unique. So it's always good to consult with a professional by the time. But I really came to drop 3 little topics for anybody out there that's taking notes. where before you get started, so basically it's a lot of components that, and I'll get to that, but the step one that I wanted to start with for anyone embarking on this journey is mindset. Getting your mind right and understanding just how important it is and what you're going to be embarking on. That positive mental attitude is first. And like I said, in real estate, I learned that though I'm speaking about mindset, this goes for every aspect of life. It's not just real estate, but mentally preparing yourself for what you're getting ready to learn, because it's something new. And it's if not one of the biggest purchases that you'll make. So that's step one for those who are taking notes. Have a positive mental attitude and get your mind right. All right. It's not a long list. And number two, where it comes in at, is you ask yourself, are you really ready? So for instance, you don't want to be what they refer to as house rich and cash poor. You want to ask yourself about, are you financially disciplined? Are you saving your money? How do you spend your money? Because some of the qualifications that is looked upon when you're getting pre-approved, they're not worrying about your gas, your utility, and child care and those expenses that are surely to come a month. They're looking about the way you spend your money and the loans you have, and as far as how you're paying your credit card back, or if you have any credit history, and knowing how to do that. So a lender can literally see that, okay, your debt to income ratio, which ideal would be 43% debt to income, and they'll offer you this lump sum of money, and you're getting excited going shopping for a house that price, but you still have other factors that you need to consider that the lender does not. So for sure, you need to understand exactly what the lender is looking for. So asking yourself, are you really ready for this? Is in depth. Yeah, are you really, really ready? Are you disciplined? Are you saving? Are you actually doing what it takes to prepare yourself to take on a mortgage and even be looked at as a serious person who pay their bills on time? Because they're going to check all of that out as far as your payment history and how much debt that you do actually have monthly. So knowing what the lender is looking for, and it is not your monthly bills, like I said, utilities or anything like that. So it's really how much debt you have and how much money you have coming in monthly, and balancing that out is one thing that's key. So I say that in step two is, are you really ready for real estate when it comes down to it? So for the note takers, step one was mindset and having a positive mental attitude. And step two of the three that I'm going to tell you is, are you really ready? And get in depth. Sometimes we don't realize that we're poor in spending. We're not as disciplined, or we're not as literate financially that we need to be. Because a lot of us just go out and start living and doing our thing, and then you feel like you got your numbers going up, and okay, I think I'm ready. And you're really not ready when it comes down to, are you eligible, and can you afford this, basically?
Because a lot of people like to live beyond their means.
Yeah.
And just because you have, I know I can really attest to learning how to craft on your own, because a lot of stuff you see on social media, it looks like, oh, it's luxurious. That it's nothing but Dollar Tree and spray paint. You know, and so it's not so much of having to go and pay $500 for something. Learn how to, like you just said, learn how to save, budget, and know what you're spending your money on, you know. So I'm sorry.
And saving is big too. When you're asking yourself, are you ready? Are you saving money? How well are you with saving? Like really breaking it down to yourself, because like I said, the industry has taught me a lot coming in real estate during the pandemic, and you just wouldn't believe how much knowledge is not there. Though you have some people that are, bringing in a certain amount of money a month, but still do not ask some of the baseline questions. So I'm coming to put it on their mind tonight before they go to bed, just to, start with self and basically consulting with yourself and in depth, getting real with yourself about it, because you do not want to end in foreclosure. You can get this money, and you can, before you know it, you can lose out and ruin your credit, and you'll be back at the bottom, which you can always shake back, but it could be prevented.
And you can purchase a foreclosed home.
Okay.
And be on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. I'm going to let you do this. Listen.
Yeah, but that's true too. It's levels to it. That's why I said, rather than just coming out and giving a whole bunch of real estate talk and making it seem as if it's all about the transactions, it's really about the relationships and sharing the knowledge so that people can feel confident and not feeling like, you're just dragging them along. I'm a real estate professional. Come on, follow me. No, I want the people to know, because I'm realizing how vital it is and how uncommon that what should seem common is not common. So I just want to kind of make it a more normal conversation in our community. What is that?
Look, we have those sounds. Listen.
Hell yeah.
It's hell yeah. Listen, Rishawn, look, you preaching tonight, sis. Like,
I'm trying to bring it. I have the message that I'm just trying to bring it so we can all kind of grow together. Because I'm growing as well, and I'm learning this as I go as well.
I'm trying to come sit on somebody's porch and taste wines and charcuteries.
Okay. That's all.
Look, I'm ready to go get on the back porch right now.
Listen. Okay. So what's number 3?
Step number 3 is what I feel we all should be doing. And like I said, real estate is something where these tips can help beyond just real estate. Write your goals down and define what your real estate dream is. And I mean, be very tedious on how much, when, where, the size, and who you're interested in working with. Like, really break it down and write your real estate goals down as you want to see them, and begin to manifest your life as you want to see it. And with all things, when you're starting, write it down, make it believable, make it true. Write it down so you can see it, read over it. And I've found so much strength in constantly going back to things that I've written down and look back. And I surprise myself sometimes, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's vital to really write stuff down and be true to yourself. It really becomes to knowing yourself better, no matter what's on the outside, who's a contributing component. It's really about what you know, how confident you are, and just normal. I just want to normalize it so much, so where we can have a conversation in any room with the people of our community, and people don't feel like, that's too much, or I can't afford it, or it's not even about can you afford it right now. It's to put it on your mind before you go to bed tonight, that if it's not something that you're looking for or you're looking into, to start preparing yourself mentally and setting your goals, because it's so achievable and we all can achieve it, knowing that we can take steps that can prevent us from having to run around or feeling overwhelmed. We can prepare ourselves. And that's really what I came to tell the audience and the people that's listening tonight, that, we can actually prepare ourselves and be great about it. And it doesn't have to be, it can be more common of a conversation for our community and our people, for sure.
I want to ask a quick question, and not quick, but I want to ask something very intentional, especially for our listeners, because I know Chuck and Mac and myself, we can attest to this question I'm about to ask. Because we know from whence we've come. What was the shift for you that made you say, this is real? Like, F all the bullshit. This is real. This is what I have to do. I have chills. What was the shift?
The shift was life itself. I am a mother of 2 teenagers, and life was lifing. And I realized that I had been living undisciplined. I was unorganized financially, and I was trying to make a move that was going to better for myself and my children. And when I realized just how much work went into just knowing, I realized that all of the distractions and all of the things that I had been allowing to control my moves and how I spent my money and how I spent my time and what I was doing, I immediately took the TV out of my room and I started putting my head in the books.
Yeah.
And I started realizing that I am forever going to be a student, because I'm influencing these young children to come up and be a part of the world and to be a contribution to the world where they can help people and they can do their part. But I myself have to give something to my children. And I know getting them to school every day, and it all kind of, sometimes it seems like you're doing a lot, but if you're not influencing them for the future to where they understand legacy, they understand the power of real estate, we're not being as effective as parents as we can. So being a better parent and kind of having my kids go through that shift in family, because we were very stable, but again, having to split up households caused that weight to where my real life started to set in. Like, it looked like I had all that going on when it was a teen thing. But when I split up, like, okay, wait, now hold up. I've always had a job. I'm always about, striving and hustling and doing what I have to do. But when you're looking back on paper and you're ready to make a move that's going to affect your children, and you realize you got all of this to do, it's time to cut out what your focus is and be an influencer that's going to help not only just your children, but their friends and direct their mind so that they can be a better influence. So definitely motherhood and just realizing how important it is for me to get myself together. Real life.
Let me jump in here. You said something about being financially unorganized. Can you break that down a bit more? So
I can break it down.
Yeah, break that down some more, Rishawn.
Let's say we getting your money, your work, your 9 to 5, payday comes, and you pay your bills, but you're just using your money as you go. You're not starting from the top of, when this month starts out, I need to know what my expenses are, and realizing how important it is to be down to the dime of exactly what am I going to be putting out, what am I going to be able to save, and what do I need and what do I want. Recognizing needs and wants first of all. Once you realize how unorganized or the lack of discipline you have in your finances, just the smaller things, it's the baby steps that add up to the big, successful things that happen in your life, and basically realizing a need from a want and basically organizing it. I say basically a lot, huh?
That's okay.
Basically.
I mean, you have to start from basic to get to the next level,
Yeah, so just spending the money. Like, I want this, I want that. I paid my bills, so I should be able to go get this, or I did this, let me just grab this. No, look in your closet and find something you have.
Your closet, not closet, your closet.
Look in your closet and find something that you have. Don't go buy a recipe, because see, I like somebody else to cook for me. But I actually come from a good family of strong women who taught us how to cook, how to bake, how to clean. And guess what? I can go in there and I can fix me something to eat. It's gonna be cheaper. You have to realize, because just like when you're eating something you're supposed to eat, like I'm gonna just eat it this one time, but those little actions add up. And when you don't realize it, like, oh Lord, I'm spending all my money on food. Something I could actually be saving money. So it's just looking at the list from top to bottom. Yes, it's so expensive when we just think about food alone. And let alone the things that we need, like gas, just to get back and forth. Like just organizing it all the way down to realize I didn't have any structure. I just was like, okay, I work. Our family was stable. It was like, oh, your money, huh? What money? And when I'm trying to break up and do my thing and go, live my own life, it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm tough.
Well, look, I'm gonna say this. I know that we've got at least one "I needed this" in the comments from one of the YouTube channels that we are live on. Good. So, Alina Allen, look, we are glad to be here with you, and the lessons that we are learning.
She's a visual artist from New Orleans. That's her work.
Alina did that.
Yeah, that's Alina.
She did that. God.
Alina.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Give you a hug.
Alina. Yeah. I got more of her work around here too. Like she literally. Let's see. Shucks.
You froze, dog. You froze. There you go. You back. That's
hard. That's her throw me something, mister. Like, her work.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yes.
If y'all want artwork in your house, holla at Alina Allen, baby. Love Box Studio.
Love Box Studio.
Right here from New Orleans out there, Lord 91.
Hey, so I'm jumping subject. Matt, all right. You got a question? Because I got an idea. Get your question in, dog. Come on. She hit Alina hit the M too.
Well, question in part of the
he froze.
Question part was about what you were saying about the payment and people don't budget and you just spending money. Why, just out there. So I tell people you don't have extra money. Every dollar need to have somewhere to go. And when you have extra money, you start spending. And even if your money goes to your savings, if it goes to investment, your money need to have a name. It need to go somewhere versus just spending. Because just like you're talking about, when you go get approved, they always try to talk you to spending the maximum of money. Just because you got approved for a $250,000 house doesn't mean you had to go find a $250,000 house.
Hello.
You can go find a $100,000 house, but it got budgeting, and then also what goes with that is you got taxes, you got insurance. So the more you buy on that side, the more you're going to have to pay in taxes and insurance. So those things people need to know also. When just the same rules apply when you're buying a vehicle. Same rules.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah.
I think like we had who was it? Janari, who we had on the show recently?
Jay Norris. Yeah.
Jay Norris. See, I put his name together. Jay Norris has a
Health
book,
and Wealth.
Health and Wealth, right? 101 Wealth. And we was talking about the savings of these new different savings campaigns that come out at the top of the year. Well, I literally, and I say literally a lot, but I went and looked at my literally looked at my list of savings. We're on week 10.
Yeah.
And I'm already at $1,000. So this little, it's like 52 weeks, you save 5,000. But if you choose to save more, and so I wanted to just piggyback off what you were saying as far as savings. My daddy taught me growing up, I would have this basket that used to hang over my window. He would always say, put $2 in there every week. Put $2 in there every week. Mm-hmm. He said, and at the end of the month, see how much you come up with. He said, every week. He said, you may want to put more than 2. Just put it in there. So at the end of the month, I would go back and count it. And I'd had like $100 and something because I would always put more than what he told, he encouraged me to do. Mm-hmm. And so it's like those little small memories of savings, those habits, those good habits,
right,
that we didn't realize were being established. And so I just want to encourage, somebody who's out there who's trying to save. Who may say, I don't know how to save. Start little. Start with $5 a week. Start with $50 a week. But start. I don't care how much. Just start.
That's right.
I got something for you PKs, right? Just think about if someone had instilled in us, somebody had instilled in you to save 10% and donate it to yourself the same way they told you to donate 10% to the church.
Hello.
So if you made $3,200 a month, if you put $160 a month, one into savings and one into investment.
Yep.
$320. Just think about that.
That's what I do now.
That's profound. Come
on.
Yeah.
Listen.
Man.
Listen. Look, don't have us getting into it because we are the church. Right. Shut up.
Harley.
Now I have a tip or something that I started to do. So for the DJ business, and the reason why I asked that clarifying question about financially unorganized, I can say, and Mac will back me up on this. I think that from 2005 up until probably 2015, we were financially unorganized as a business. We did some of the most lavish and largest and bigger than life parties, events that the state of Mississippi has ever seen. Like truly mega parties. Mm-hmm. Then from a spinoff from that, we would do micro parties in different places. Then we would also provide, DJ services, bartender services, security services. We went in, we rebranded clubs, and some of the stuff we were doing for free, but some of the stuff we got paid well. Now, let's fast forward. Some of those lessons, that bought sense that we had, and then we became more educated and more organized. In the way that I run my DJ business now, there's a savings account. So before I even pay myself, there's money that comes out. It goes into a savings account. I use Square, the Square Up, and my invoicing, my estimates, and all of that. It communicates with QuickBooks. And before I pay myself with my little piece of money that I get to, to pay my bills, it's some money that go into a savings account, and it's all set up via Square. I have a Square savings, and then Square pays me and sends it to my personal checking account. And then my, tax professional makes sure y'all pay goddamn taxes, 1099 yourself or W-2 yourself.
There you go.
Disclaimer. We need to get our CPA on here for one of them tax shows, Mac. Put some in the comments. But yeah, I was financially unorganized, and I just imagine, and I don't think I've never said this publicly, but just imagine if a business mentor we had in 2005 when we were charging less than what we should have been charging, when we did not save the money that we should have saved, when we made the money that we made in those larger weekends because we were doing things out of the goodness of our heart. What would our businesses look like now? And I guess that's why we're here with Nightcap Knowledge. That's why we bring on people like Rishawn, Perkins to say, look, you need to get your 1, 2, 3. It's really that simple. She gave 3 tips. Are you really ready? Right?
Mindset.
Are you really, really ready?
Yep.
You really got to ask yourself that question. Are you really ready? And if you can't answer that, then you ain't even ready for mindset.
That part.
Come on. And then you got to write down your goals. You got to write down. I really appreciate your tips. Like I put them in the comments. You can see them. Look, I put one right here. Look, see that?
Thank you. It's so helpful. You just gotta do the work.
Got to do the work.
Gotta do the work.
I mean, you know what, Chuck? The businesses that we have now from the Epps Institute, and I bring this out sometime in workshops. I had a journal that Mike Sayer gave me when I worked at Southern Echo back in 2002.
Mike with the ponytail.
Mike with the ponytail. White Mike with the ponytail. So I started writing and creating everything that we see from the Epps Institute to breaking it all the way down. I didn't start using that journal until like 2013, 2014.
What I tell you.
Now, the things that you see that we wrote in that journal are on websites. And now those things that we are branding and pushing across social media are businesses that are being recognized with contracts and networking. And it started by, and I'm the paper man. I tell everybody I help plant trees because I'm gonna use some goddamn paper, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a pen, I'm gonna get a notebook, I'm gonna get a planner, because I'm a visual person. I got a calendar. And so, but also it helps you see your goals.
Yeah.
I come from a flip chart era when you're talking about organized. When you write it and you put it around the wall. But I heard something that a pastor said years ago, and it comes the same thing about house. Do your homework on your house or car. Try to get the interest rate down to a T. See how much it's going to cost a month. You said you can afford this house or car. If you cannot save the amount that house or car would be for 3 to 6 months, you can't afford it.
You ain't ready.
A lot of times we make ourselves afford stuff. If you can't put that $700 aside for 6 months to buy this car that you really don't need, you can't afford it. And
no ma'am,
that's the thing, because you're gonna be pulling something from somewhere else to make it work when it really is not affordable for you. So that's another thing that we got. And again, it goes into a lot of our stuff we talked about. We need to understand real estate, because right now we need to have a conversation with our children and children in our circle. Our conversation need to be about health and wealth.
And stop selling your family's real estate.
But if you don't understand the value of it, you can sell it.
I'm gonna say it's so much dysfunction. I actually had it within my family. Lost my grandmother's lot. Wow. And the siblings couldn't come together. It's just a lot. And I just do not. I'm praying in my heart that God would allow me sometime this lifetime to get my grandmother's lot back. But I just knowing how important it was, and to buy a property in the 30s or buy a property in the 40s, and to know that today we couldn't even do, or the family couldn't do what they needed to do to get it or whatever. And by the time I was able to get my hands on it, it was just too late. By the time I spoke with my grandmother. But yes, we definitely need to understand the legacy and how much work and effort it goes into even owning, to where you're mortgage free. You got to do is pay taxes. It's just like the lack of knowledge is causing us to perish, and we're losing our real estate. And our grandparents and our ancestors and elders, they work really hard, and eventually we all have to leave. And real estate is powerful. You can still have that ownership and still be useful with the family. So definitely.
So in that same vein, I have a question. So the house that we're in now, we're preparing to sell it because we bought property. We got plans that we're developing, blueprints. what we'd have been in this house, maybe 8-7 years. If you were us, would you sell this?
Well, I would check out the equity.
It's real nice.
Okay.
I
And
got in at like 189, and everything in the neighborhood has been selling above 240, 250.
oh yeah. Okay. Well, it all depends on what type of portfolio you want to have, because you know you can keep that property and use that equity to look forward to the next piece of real estate. But it all depends on what you're trying to do as far as portfolio wise, and do you really want to keep it, or can you see yourself making more of a profit by just selling it and moving on to the next piece of real estate? So I guess it's all designed on what's your overall goal for your real estate portfolio, how you really want to, if you want to be a personal holster it and use it as passive income and have it, a tenant or somebody living in it, or you just want to take the money off the top and move on from it, or keep it and do as you please and just use the equity that you have and to keep more footprints moving in the real estate arena.
Hey, we're going to bring her back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm calling you tomorrow because I got some questions.
Yeah.
Look, so Rishawn, where can people learn more about your services, your classes, like all that you offer? How can they find you? Internet, social media, where are you?
All right. Well, you can find me mainly on Instagram. I'm active every day and giving value, just little nuggets here and there. Well, not here and there, daily, for everyone. So everyone can follow me on Instagram. It's Rishawn, your realtor. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter under Rishawn Perkins. And you can also follow me at servicefirstrealestate.com. And you can reach out to me that way. But in Instagram, all of my contact info is in my bio, my email address, my phone number. I'm working on certain things, but I'm also looking into completing an ebook. It won't be long, but it'll be something where you can just grab it and go and you just fill your time with a little and grow a little bit. I love books so much. When I go to read, I feel like I start my book, and by the time I flip and do a couple of chapters, I'm like, I'm so much smarter than when I just came in my room. Like I feel that much more smarter. So I just want to make it as convenient for those. So I'll be having the ebook coming out, and I'll start marketing that and letting you guys know. And maybe I can come back and let everybody know that I have an ebook and they can tune in.
Come on with it. Come on with
it.
Now, Rishawn, can you think of one major success story that you could share with us about a client that you helped?
Let's do it.
Okay, so a major success story is, so I did say I came in the pandemic. And this buyer, okay, so the sellers were getting over asking. And basically the model for our brokerage is we value relationships over transactions. A lot of people were being outbid, and for those who were getting into real estate and know they wanted to be involved, but they didn't have as much as an investor would to buy a property that needs to be fixed up, just cultivating the relationship to where I eventually, after coming out of the pandemic, I recently got the buyer exactly what he was looking for, and we're on our way. He's in underwriting right now, so we're working on that. Just cultivating and following up and understanding that it's just about relationships and sharing with people, because everyone's going through something. Their life happens, things cause rifts in their life, though they have this big deal on their plate. It's a lot of things that come up with the people who are in position to actually purchase real estate. So to be someone to be of a professional help to them and guide them, and also empathetic, I feel it's my purpose to educate and share, and it's just through real estate, and it's only going to grow further beyond as I continue.
I love it.
I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it.
On social media.
So look, we before we go, we definitely have to I mean, we ain't got to do it on air, but Rishawn, you're coming back. Just so you know, you will be back sooner than later. You might not have time. I don't know, how far you are on your ebook. I've actually been writing 2 ebooks. And I ain't even told my co-host about that, but
we just
congratulations on that. Yeah.
So one of them is about podcasting, and then which is what we do here. And then the other is about you can merch too, like merchandising and being able to. I think I made Tanya's shirt and I made Mac's shirt. And yeah, we
that's
be
what's up.
yeah, we be merching over here.
Listen,
That's what's up.
this dude, I'll
Gotta
text
get us
him.
some product. That's what's up.
I'll text him at 2 and 3 a.m. and he don't respond. But the next day, probably like 6:30, he responded like, "All right, send me this, send me that." So I got it made. George Chuck Patterson, he's down here on my side, yeah, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, but all your merch, like literally, Rishawn, he can get you together.
Okay, that's great to know.
And
that
everybody
boy talented.
Everybody need merch.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So we thank you so much for tuning in tonight with us, guys. We're having Rishawn, baby. Rishawn, what's the name of your school?
Eric.
What's the name? That girl with the John Eric.
Yes, ma'am. It's the next thing over here.
Oh Lord, whatever. Lord, that 9-1, baby, with that 30-19 Warren Easton all day. I go hard. But look, on the Ferrilla though. On the Ferrilla, yo, on the Ferrilla. Listen, man, listen. All the information you guys need to talk to Rishawn. Listen, she is tangible. As she said on social media, you will get a response. Not even longer than 10 minutes. Like she's always checking. So make sure you guys send your questions, send whatever you need to know to Rishawn. She could jump on it. And we're gonna go Rishawn tonight. Yeah, Chuck, where we about to go?
Man,
Mac, where we going? Where we going? Thank y'all for tuning in.
Wait.
I'm gonna get a shot before we go.
One time for your mind, 2 times for your drinks. We have been live with Rishawn Perkins, realtor, entrepreneur, the breaker down of all things property. Make sure you tune in every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central. It's Nightcap Knowledge. Put something on your head before you go to bed, baby. You're gonna learn something. You're gonna learn today. It's Nightcap Knowledge, baby. And we always gonna get to where the money reside. It's Black with No Chaser Radio, and this is Nightcap Knowledge. We'll see you next week. Peace.